We're now listening to the Noir podcast. I'm your host, Chukuri, and with me is my co-host,
Chidu.
Today we have a special guest on the pod. Welcome, CM.
Yes, sir.
Please let the people know who you are and what you do.
My name is Clarence. I do a lot of things, but basically I'm in the music and media business. Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
But you said you're in. But I know you do like many things. Like you're a host. Like you write. You have a podcast.
Yeah.
You do so many things. But like, so which one did you start with first? Like, what was your calling first?
What was my calling? I can't lie, man. I started with words. Like, cause when I was like 13, I had this Tumblr. So like I used to just like curate stuff there and like find themes and like it would be cool and everything, and maybe like I'll write stuff as well. So like really that's how I started like getting into like media stuff like at all. And obviously like from like a child I've always loved music. So I guess as like technology just advanced, I just like kind of merged the two together. Yeah.
I know you studied English. So
Yeah.
like, where did that? Because you don't hear that every day. So like, where did that come from?
See, like being an English major is not. You can't really explain it. Usually, like in some places, like being an English major is like a fancy thing. Like but like it actually takes a lot of work. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's crazy because I was actually supposed to study law. Yeah. But like I'm just like nah.
You chose the right path, man.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Trust me.
I'm all real.
Now, but you know how you said you were on Tumblr, right? Back in the day. Because I remember when, like, correct me if I was wrong, like, but like when Tumblr was like still rocking back then, it was mostly like babes on there. So like, were you like louding that you were on Tumblr? Or was it like something you just go home at night? And, like...
Nah, it's crazy because like it's mad that you said that there were only babes on there. But like all the babes I was involved with, all the babes I was involved with had a Tumblr, right? So like it just made sense that I had a Tumblr too. So it was just like a holy cool.
Nah. But you know, like back in secondary, you're the kind of nigga I hated. All these like wordy niggas, like all the spoken word niggas. I used to have.
I'm still your arch nemesis, guy. I'm still your arch nemesis for real. I'm still your arch nemesis.
Nah, man. They know themselves. I'm not going to name you, but you know yourself.
We don't know now. All those, especially all those alternative niggas, man. Like we used to man.
No, but real though, like alternative niggas and alternative babes were actually the coolest babes.
Yeah, especially they were on all those Tumblr babes, man.
Yeah, like, man, but they usually they're tapped, man.
Yeah, bro. Sure. That was my question.
What was that other one that people used to use as well?
Pinterest?
No, not Pinterest. There was one other platform as well that like people used to like go.
I don't know, MySpace.
No, that's way too old. Like there was something aside Tumblr that was like popping during that time as well.
I don't know, man. Like, but people just had a lot of online
like, people
blogs,
had a
man.
lot of like shit, man.
Yeah.
Like guy.
So after I'm guessing the writing was the first thing.
Yeah, it was.
So like, how did you now enter? Like, because I know you interview artists as well. So how did that come about?
When I was like in 2017, one of my artist friends like told me to help him write something about his music and like about himself. I don't know why he asked me to do it, but he just asked me to do it, and I'm just
like a profile.
Yeah, like a profile.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
sure.
Okay. And then I put it together, and it came out nice.
Yeah.
And then like subsequently, I don't know what it was, but I just got into like documenting music.
Okay.
That was like the next thing from there. But like before I started documenting music, I started writing poetry. So like I was really all those niggas. I was really that guy. You get what I'm saying?
Oh my
God. So I mean, how I really started was that like Santi dropped Money at the Jungle in 2019.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And like that was a moment for like all the alternative niggas, alternative babes, you know, all the like not even alternative, but like young people, you know what I'm saying? And I really like that project to the point that like, you know, when they say something is moving you, like, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna like put down stuff like how I feel about this,
Yeah.
and like make it make sense.
Yeah.
And like from there, that's just where it started.
Fair enough.
It was crazy.
So when did you start? So obviously, I know you've like I said, you've interviewed stars and you've written
Yeah.
like pieces on them. So like, what would you say your most interesting work has been so far?
I think just as you're thinking about that, I'm also going to add like most interesting and what's your most enjoyable.
You know, that's a very interesting question. Like my most interesting work. My most interesting work is work that I do with other people. So like maybe like if I'm producing something, you get, because like I don't just like kind of write these pieces. I also kind of put productions together.
Alright.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like when I work with other people and I'm able to bounce ideas of other people and like bring something to life, like that's like my most enjoyable work. So like there was this time in 2020, Joya had this camp, the distribution company. They had this camp, and then like the magazine I was working with that time, Radar, like we just went in there, we were there, and then we were just like talking to all the artists, and we're just like really like understanding where music was at that time. You get, so like bro, I have a lot of work I've enjoyed, man. I have a lot of interesting work, man. I've spoken to a lot of interesting guys. So like I don't know, I can't really answer that question like by one.
I also feel, because you said that camp was 2019 as well.
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to ask, like, what do you feel like the effect of the pandemic was on like the Nigerian music scene? Because I don't know if it's me, but like I've been thinking about it recently, and the sound pre-pandemic and post-pandemic's been quite different.
Yeah.
So like, do you think like that was something that the pandemic, because obviously everyone's in their houses and stuff, so like it gives people sort of like think and reflect and sort of come up with something new.
Yeah, like that's actually right, because I can remember like around the pandemic time, that's when Omale came out.
Yeah.
And that's when Omale, like, you know, Omale is like the sad boy, you know, sad boy music and everything. So like at that time, I guess pandemic music kind of, or the music around that time kind of made everybody feel a bit like closer. You get what I'm saying? So like even to have the camp just shortly before the pandemic, it wasn't even after, it was shortly before the pandemic. To have the camp before then, it was just like an opportunity to see like the next generation of people that were coming through. You get? So like pandemic music, man, the pandemic alone was a lot.
Yeah,
I can't even lie, man.
Therefore. And I also feel like there's so much music, like maybe not like afrobeats wise or like Nigeria, but like especially for me in hip hop, like I feel like there's so much music that was sort of like just confined to that pandemic period. Like you don't really listen to it afterwards.
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
I feel like, and there's so much good stuff in there as well, that I feel like just never really got maybe the shine it should have gotten.
I think obviously like based on the pandemic and everybody was like inside their house, things were not really promoted the same way as they should have been. Like Thames, for example, she dropped this really good project.
Is it the
for
one?
Broken Ears.
Yeah.
The one that had Ice-T and all those ones.
Replay.
No,
Replay was on there.
Replay was the new one, the more recent one. That time was the Ice-T and I think Damages or something.
Yeah, Damages.
Damages.
Try Me. Oh
that was, but
that period.
That period, and it was just like, I mean, that was the sound for that time.
Yeah.
But it didn't really pop off like in that way, because like nobody was really touring. People were not really having shows, you know, lockdowns, restrictions, and all those things. So like, pandemic was just a special time, and I guess like as the music scene was evolving, I too was also evolving, and I was like understanding myself, and I was understanding the craft like more, like just like the real substance of like everything. And from then it has like influenced me a lot. Even going into podcasting, going into like putting in my writing, like working with like music execs and like artists and everything, like all that has led up to now. You know, and it's been really cool to experience. Now everybody won't stop calling me Mr. Industry.
Yeah, like, Mr. Industry now.
That's what he was calling you.
Mr. Industry, bro.
Like, bro.
Nah.
It's cool.
But I also like, I'm curious, for like someone like you in that space, right? At least I would say like overseas seems more to be an emphasis now on the use of like TikTok to sort of like promote music. But isn't maybe my side of TikTok isn't as like exposed to it, but I've noticed it's really not as prevalent with like afrobeats here. Because like in let's say the US for example, or like let's even use like Tyler for example, like Water blew up because of like that dance. Like if you make something that you can sort of like make a dance challenge to, like your probability of succeeding is higher. So do you feel like that's something one that we have incorporated here? And if you disagree, do you think it's something we should?
No, I think we already do it now.
Yeah, we do it.
We
Because
already
even
do
that Puff Pass song, I heard it on TikTok. That was
Right.
the first time. Even Charlie Poppy as well, TikTok as well.
Fair enough.
So I think it's not like the way it is in the US,
Yeah.
obviously. But I think a lot of music now to blow in Niger as well. I think you have to have that TikTok thing as
Definitely,
well,
like
for
because
sure.
TikTok is its own market, man.
Yeah, it's different, bro.
TikTok is its own market. Like things be going like hella viral on
Yeah.
TikTok, and they don't
yeah.
even make it to like Twitter and everything. You see
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
with like 200,000 likes,
Yeah.
and you're just like, now how? How many people are actually here like on this TikTok page? And it's crazy. Oh.
Yeah.
TikTok is its own market. So like that's why right now, like the fact that there's even issues and people can't put their songs on TikTok and people can't use the sounds on TikTok is like a really big thing, because like that means there's a big market that is not being tapped into.
Accessed, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's so crazy because there's a friend of mine that has like a brother that just finished primary like sometime last year. And like during that period, like apparently during like her brother's graduation, like they're playing like Charlie Poppy, all of them, right?
Yeah.
And it made me think back to obviously my time when like I was in primary, right? And I feel like there's certain music like it was almost scandalous if you were exposed to it at that age, if that makes sense. But because of how online immersed they are now, it's kind of like you can't even really censor much anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I remember the first thing I heard, like the first person I properly listened to was Lil Wayne.
Yes.
And that was like 2007. So I put in like primary 5 or primary 4. And it's like, and I couldn't even listen to it proper because it's like, we were saying all those things. We're saying all those things.
I say so many things, man.
I tried listening to these people. It was hard, man. But it's like, obviously now, I can imagine like being in primary school now, being on TikTok, being on all these platforms, and you're hearing all these things. And it's like, it's a whole different level now, man.
Yeah, man.
The exposure is crazy.
Because I feel like even from a parenting standpoint, like I feel like it's harder to sort of like control what your child consumes. Because I remember back in the day as well, like when I was in primary, Trace was banned in my house.
Really?
Guy,
Are you serious?
guy, like while I was in primary, in secondary, like but guy, do you know like me being on Trace was like them catch me watching porn on my laptop?
Do you know what? I actually hear that.
That's crazy.
And it was so crazy because I'll never forget, there was one time like I now decided to do bad things, and I think from early on I realized I couldn't be a bad child successfully, because I decided to watch Trace. It was the middle of the night. Then my mom came and like caught me. All right, cool, that was already one fuck up. The second one was like I was watching a music video for Power, right? You know how like
That's Kanye's Power.
Yeah, Kanye's Power. So like basically it's him like descending into like hell, and like you have all these angels like naked and shit. Like my mom
I remember that
shouting,
video.
she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "God."
I remember that video.
Guy.
But I don't like. I don't know. Was that like is that like a religious thing?
Yeah. So like it was kind of like it's based off a painting, like an actual painting in real life, but like it was his own like interpretation on it. But like I was just like and I was like 19.
No. What I even meant was that like with like Trace being banned.
I don't think it wasn't a religious thing as such. Like my parents were the kind of people that just felt like you shouldn't be exposed to certain things at certain ages.
And I think that's
I think
valid.
that's valid, because it was like, okay, like you're 10, so like you're very impressionable. So like if you're seeing like naked
shit, you're impressionable to your 18, bro.
Yeah. Even at 18, you're still
impressionable as well, man.
So like because of that, like that's why it was. But like obviously, how do I put it? I feel like as a child as well, a lot of parents don't really like sit you down to explain this is why. All you know is this.
Don't. And I mean, to be honest, like how many things do you actually understand?
Yeah.
You get for them to say them to sit you down and be like, okay, this is why. But I think they should have tried more, Sha.
Nah. Because, bro, there were like certain things. I remember there was one time as well, they nabbed me like with 50 Shades of Grey, like the book. Like,
You're actually a bad boy. Yeah, a bad boy.
Nah,
Yeah, a bad boy.
Nah, man, like that year, like all the babes I was yarning, like they were reading that book. So I was like, guys, I need to get this thing.
Guys, it's so funny on that point about being impressionable because that year I used to bump lollipop like crazy. But it was not until I grew up I realized the lollipop was not actually like normal lollipop.
Yes, guy,
I was like, wow, that was crazy. I was singing this shit like crazy, man.
Even fucking, what do you call this thing? Bedrock.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I thought the
Bedrock
G-Spot was a place.
No, for real.
Wait, no, because like I don't know. Okay, maybe it's me that my own mind is corrupted. Because like me, all those things, like when they say lick me like a lollipop, you know,
you already knew.
I knew what they were talking about.
Come on, that means you sports early.
No, so I guess you just understand that, like some things are just like innuendos, man.
Do you have older siblings?
Yeah.
I feel like that is why as well.
But we are the oldest.
Yeah,
I get that. Okay, I raised
I didn't not know what was going on, bro. I was vibing to the songs, man.
True.
But not until like I would say maybe 13, 14. That's when I started properly like understanding what I was listening to and like the lyrics and everything. Yeah. But in terms of
no, I think maybe earlier that like when I entered secondary, I would say like guy, because do you remember like
secondary school?
I entered secondary, I was like 10.
Yeah,
so around that age, because I'll never forget like you remember when Bands and Maker Dance came?
That was just 3 now.
Bands and Maker Dance.
Guy.
Song,
nah, secondary school was wild because I remember like we used to just like sing music like like we're notorious for noise making. And one day our teacher came into class and he was like, I was walking the corridors and I heard you guys talking about popping pussies. I'm like, guy,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like we didn't see it as like deep or anything.
Yeah, that's
but the lyrics were crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hella crazy.
The lyrics were
lyrics
crazy.
have always been crazy.
Hella crazy.
The lyrics have always been crazy.
Hella crazy, man.
But in terms of like this music now, how we are talking about like the generational everything. I want to like touch on like Nigerian music industry and how it has evolved over the years, like from the 2000s to like 2010s to now. And what would you say like has been the difference and how it has evolved over time?
I don't know. The production is better.
You think?
Yeah, people are a lot more like ingenious, man. Like people are making bangers, bro. Like people are making bangers, and like it's just because I guess there's just more access to information on what to do and how to make the music sound better. So like I guess people are more expressive, like maybe in how they dress and how they present themselves, because like it's not even just Nigerian music, it's just like the world basically. Like people are very pro individualist. Do you get what I'm saying? Like people are really like for themselves, and like really like people are like for like expression of yourself. Like, do you? You get, this is the most do you era we ever had. You get what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man, there's that, man. So like the expression is better, man, and but I guess in some ways too, it's kind of lazy because of all the access that we have. People just like do whatever. But like before you get a studio time, you save your money. You get what I'm saying? You save your money. You go skip some meals. You go skip some meals. You know what I'm saying? To get studio time. But now all you just need to do is like, you make some bands, get a mic, and record yourself. You get what I'm saying? So like, there's just a lot of things.
So in your opinion, this era is better. This is the best era of music.
This is not the best era of music. This is not the best era of Nige music. I think the best era of Nige music.
I want to hear what you're gonna say because I have a take on this.
I think the best era of Nige music was 2010 to like 2017.
I disagree.
I don't agree.
To like 2017.
I don't agree.
I disagree.
Okay, why do you say so?
But let's hear a reason for it.
I don't know. I think the reason why I'll say it was the best era. I mean, I might not be correct, to be fair.
Yeah, it's your opinion.
Your opinion.
You're
I might not be correct.
You're entitled to your opinion.
I chose that 7-year stretch because like it was that time that people were really, really, really figuring out what they were trying to do. I said it was the best era because 2010 to 2017, in between 2010 and 2017, what Wiz came out, Burna came out, David came out, you know, like Don Jazzy had already been out. He was now entering like a new level of Don Jazzy. Do you get what I'm saying? So like that was the era where we heard a lot of things. That era gave us Starboy. That era gave us Davido's first album. That era gave us like so many things. Like it gave us like the foundation for what we are currently doing right now. So
I agree with that, but the thing is, the reason why I don't agree with that time frame is I feel from like 2013 till like, let's say like 2017, that particular maybe like 4 years stretch wasn't really that hot.
It was horrible.
That's why I was going to debunk your point. Like, that era, the fact that Doropuchi came out destroys that era. It destroys that era, bro.
Doropuchi was the first pandemic before COVID. Forget. And it's crazy because like at that time it gave like, because Don Jazzy has always been this guy that does these things where he just packs all these artists on a song and he just what I'm saying, like that was another era of him trying that out. You can't really say that era flopped. But I can agree that it was cringe.
It was cringe.
It was cringe as fuck.
I don't know if I would say it flopped, because even though like the song was cringe, like it was a hit.
It was a hit.
It
wasn't even that he was a slapper, bro. It was a slapper.
You heard it
everywhere.
Nah, but
imagine comparing Dorobuchi to that one that came out 2 years ago with the one with Rema. Imagine comparing those two songs, bro.
But you know that one also has its own cringe factor.
But the thing
is, as cringe.
I feel like I'll be so real to you. I feel like Dorobuchi was hotter longer.
Yeah. I think One Number was hot with the young guys.
Yeah.
Dorobuchi transcended.
Dorobuchi was a family song.
Dorobuchi was like, was Buga before Buga came out.
Literally,
yes.
Dorobuchi, everybody was singing. Bro, like
on Twitter at that time, because at that time, like Twitter was now like accelerating. Twitter was not where it was now, but it was accelerating, and it was accelerating really fast.
Yeah.
Everybody's thing is Dorodis.
Guy. Nah.
That's such a funny
Nah.
Man, that's why I was like, yeah, that era, man.
But what about you? What do you feel like? What's your like?
I won't say I have like a best era.
Okay, what would you say? The era that you listen to the music and you almost every song you played, or maybe like 80% of the song you played, you were like, yes, this is a good song.
I'll say 2018 till now. I'll say from that Udunsi era. Time Outside came out, so Boy, African Giants. That 2019 was crazy. When Davido went on that crazy run,
for Assurance,
guy, it's like, bro, remember that era, bro?
2019. Actually, that's crazy because that era started in like 2017. For Assurance.
From that place, Fire.
Flower by flower, like that.
That was a crazy run.
Crazy run,
bro.
NNCT,
since that year, since we now had that Naramari era as well. We've had this Ashake era, like now the Rema era, like Rema, like this is there's so many guys now that anything you want to listen to, you can. It's not just one sound.
I agree with you, right?
I love this era, man.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. Like, I feel like also in terms of like, how do I put it? This era as well is, I feel, the era where music made in Nigeria has also sort of like kept the international audience in mind in terms of like production. But like, for me, the era, like, I wouldn't say it's my best era, but like, if I'm at a party, I'll say like the Northeast to like 2010 to like 2012. So like, where you have P Square. Like if you proper want to turn up, like P Square.
Yeah, we had a lot of turn up music.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like that was
turn up
music.
That was like party music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're talking party,
but that's when people ask me like if I listen to like Nigerian music. I couldn't listen to it like alone.
Yeah.
I only listen to it like maybe on.
Guy, imagine Javi do me on my
guy. Like, bro, like I'm going to jam this, but now the music now you can actually like jam it.
Yeah, like on your drives to work.
You can do anything with it, bro. Before just like if you go to a party, it's
vibes.
Birthday party, guy. I'll never forget like. When you're doing them dance competition, all the
baddies do that.
God, don't line up.
That's why P Square is the ghost, man.
P Square is goated, bro.
For real.
Like, their legacy stamps, man. You guys are the ghost.
What was your favorite part of birthday parties?
Guy. I can't lie, I was fat, so like when the cake was being cut.
Different party park time, no.
That party park cake time, yeah.
That was the best time.
That was the best time, man.
Guy.
That was the best. I'm sure she wasn't inside the party park, man. She was inside, man.
So, like, guy, especially if like the person doing party was like inside your class. So like I don't know about like so like the following Monday, like let's say you walk off, guy, did you get this one inside your party?
Yeah, exactly.
Guy, it's actually surprising.
Yes.
Did you get it? And it's crazy. When I was 10, I actually had a party.
Yeah.
Really?
I swear.
They had a party.
Everybody
had the 10.
That 10th birthday party was cash money, man.
It was bad.
Nah, man, but I remember like cause I used to dance, right? But like
he used to dance.
Guy, I used to dance at all them birthday
parties. With your suits.
Guy.
I know when you be sweating.
Guy, you be sweating. Guy, birthday parties, right? I used to do everything. I would dance, I would do musical chairs. I used to do everything. Because you know they used to give you extra kiddies.
Yes, no.
Guy, but I'll never forget, there was one year, right? Like I was dancing, I got to find out it was a babe. I know there was this like drop babes used to do while they were dancing. Like they would go and drop. Like it was at that moment I knew I had lost.
I can't lie to you. If you are dancing, like if you're in a dancing competition and you're maybe like in the semi-final or the final, and the girl just starts to dance, and the girl starts to like twirl.
Yeah, you've lost.
Except you're break dancing like school.
All them dances here, they'll be like, oh, in the crowd, I should shout if you want.
Guy, is he the winner?
Is he the winner? When you ask him, everybody's like,
guy, there was one time my mom said no.
Bro, you not see your guys
hearing
you.
Yeah. Like, what you
I thought we came together.
Guy, but like, imagine being like 6, 7, right? Do you know how crushing for your confidence that kind of thing can be?
It was crazy. You'll be like, oh, is he winner? I'll be like,
no. Guys used to hide it too.
At the point, man, I just used to charge it, man. I'm just like, am I the winner? No, I'm not the winner.
Guy,
yeah, beat me now.
Because I won't even lie to you. I feel like that moment prepared me because I had to go for my youngest brother, right? Like he's in like secondary school or whatever. So they were having like this like family thing a few weeks ago. And my parents weren't around, so like they told me to go and like represent. Immediately I got there, the MC taps me and he's like, oh, I should pick a lady. And like it's hella mad because my brother is in like A-levels, right? So he's like 16, 17. So immediately the MC does that. My brother taps me and he said, please pick a woman your age. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I picked like someone's mom, right? And then they now tell us to come to the front.
Someone's mom.
What else was I going to be? There was nobody my age there. It was either I pick a 16-year-old or a mother.
That sounds crazy.
No, but how old were you at the time?
This was a few weeks ago. I was very much the age I am now.
You want to use to dance?
No, they just said I should pick a lady.
Obviously, you're not going to pick a 16-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to pick someone's mom.
Yeah, exactly.
First.
So I picked them all. So we now went to the front. Next thing, they handed us all gilly. Guy, do you know that's the first time in my life I've held gilly in my hand like this? To tie. So, long story short.
No,
right?
actually, picking a mom is better than picking a 16-year-old because a 16-year-old might not be able to tie gilly.
No, I was to tie it for her.
For the... Jesus.
Guy, so like, when we now tied, right? All right, cool. They now said, is he the winner? Guy, I was like, yeah.
They set you up.
Yeah, I was ready for this.
They set you up. You said you entered.
No, because
Yeah, imagine me. That's why I hate MC so much, bro.
God.
Don't come next to me, bro.
Oh, leave
Stay away, leave me alone.
No.
Don't come next to me.
Nah.
I don't start blasting your name with the mic. I'm like, bro, I
God.
beg. I don't want
Nah.
I swear.
But like, how I feel like in terms of like the music stuff, right? We've gone from an era where like with upcoming artists. So I remember like when Wiz, like Davido, Burna, them used to come out, they used to complain about how like the OGs, quote unquote, were like gatekeeping, if that makes sense, right? And now it seems like we're in an era where like not everybody, but like people are also now trying to detach from the label Afrobeats, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts on that, especially with like what Wiz did like recently? So
I don't know, man. It's a very nuanced conversation.
Yeah,
Because like, yes, Whiskey has earned his rights like as an artist to like do whatever he wants, like in terms of like his sound. But like he doesn't earn the right to speak to people in the way he speaks to them or addresses them. So like for that one, the tone in which he said what he said
It was rubbish.
was rubbish.
It was rubbish.
You didn't have to sound like that.
for people at home, like, do you care to like just say what happened so like people have context?
Basically, he just went on his story and was just saying that.
Insta story, just open his phone, just started pressing it. I
Nigga
swear.
was probably off that Henny, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
He was definitely off that Henny. But he was just like, but this was the first time he's talked like that. Like, we're just saying stuff about like, oh, if you're expecting Pakurumo Wizkid on this new album, just turn it off. When I was using the words like stupid, like just
You
like,
get it was cussing,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it was,
bro, like just if like you're passing your points across. If you pass it on a P, like, oh, I'm on a different level now. I'm no longer just Afrobeats. I've transcended. Blah blah blah. People will still complain.
people
Oh,
still-
but it's still like at least you addressed us in a cordial manner. But this was very like aggressive.
Like people say this with creatives, yeah. Like for a creative, their work is like their child. So like, how do I put it? Especially with moms, right? There are a lot of moms, especially when you're young. Like, guy, if somebody on the road calls you stupid, your mom is not going to find that.
Of course
shit
not.
stuff.
It's basically going to catch smoke.
Guy, it's going to catch smoke. And the thing is, from what I have heard, right? I heard this a while ago. So like, when Wiz was making like Pac Rumor and them songs, that wasn't the kind of music he actually wanted to make. It was kind of like what he had to make, you know, because obviously, let's say like he dropped Essence like in 2010, like it wouldn't be the banger at that time that
I
it
also
was
think
then.
I also think that there's like I said, like it's very nuanced. Like Whiskey in 2010 had not seen anything for him to make Essence.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
He had not
He had
not taken in the thing that will make him make Essence.
Yeah.
He had taken in the thing that will make him make, you know, Back Rumor and I Love My Baby and Tease Me. That's what he knew at that time. And like that is fine. But like when you get to the point where I guess like we're having the conversation before we started recording. Like you can, when they say maybe like someone has outgrown their industry, like Messi now, like you can say Messi is bigger than football. You can kind of say that. You
At this point,
you
probably.
can kind of say that.
I don't know if you can, you know.
You can kind of say that.
I feel like I get the point you're trying to make, but like I feel like football is one of those sports that like no player can transcend it. But I get the point you're trying.
Like
I get
it's
the
just
point
like
you're
it's
trying
just
to
like
make.
it's just like in a particular space. You've done all you
you've
can in
accomplished
that
every
space,
like,
right?
you've done
And it's just like
Whiskey has done that.
Whiskey has done that. Like he
Yeah.
has in everything. Like if this was an adventure game, he has finished the game. He has done the side quest. He has even done the side quest. He's just in the middle of the road. He's just roaming.
Because think of it since like 2010.
14
You get what I'm saying?
Many
Like,
guys have 5 or 3.
bro,
They have
like,
14 years.
bro, this nigga has been out here for 14 years, and like, if this guy has actually like, he did not say anything other than if you want Pakumo Whiskey, don't listen to this.
Yeah.
Like, and it is fair.
Yeah.
You can't expect like, and that's why listening to fans is so crazy, because if it was you making Parkour more Whiskey, you'll be complaining that you're
Bro,
making
they'll tell you
that
that he's not evolving.
That's what they're saying about Shakir now, like that every song sounds the same. But it's so crazy because he's been trying to shake off that piece since like when I think it particularly became a problem when like Made in Lagos dropped. Like
People argue that that's not. He was even saying that that's not an Afrobeats album.
Yeah.
Made in Lagos.
Like he's been trying to like sort of was what I guess get people to accept, the vibe and the sound has changed.
All these people, I guess, all these artists too are also trying to like push their own personal agendas and set them. Everything is all about like narratives now, and like forming your own narratives. Like Whiskey is trying to like do his own and my own genre, and like I get that, but at the end of the day, man.
One thing is just don't disrespect Afrobeats.
Yeah, don't disrespect
man.
Afrobeats,
Why
man,
do you have
because
to do
Afrobeats
that?
has given you everything that
Everything
you are.
that's my point, bro.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I don't
you
get
helped
it, man.
Afrobeats, and Afrobeats also helped you. Afrobeats was like your means of expression to become, or at least the gateway to become what you want to be, and what you are now.
Yeah.
So like, you can't like now go and like shit on it because you think that bro, no, don't do that.
It's like Hove coming out and saying that he's more than a rapper, or
He's
like
more
he's
than
not
a rapper. Like,
bro, what made you what you are, bro?
allow
Like,
that, like,
it's us, like it's
allow
rap
that.
fans, it's Afrobeats fans that made Whiskey what he is.
But
Like I said, if he came out and just said, okay, maybe I've transcended this P, I'm no longer on that level anymore, I want to diversify my sound, whatever, cool, but you know shitting on his look. Come on,
but
man.
it's very interesting because I would say him and I would even say Davido, like from when they started to now, their sounds have changed quite a bit. But it seems like, at least from what I've understood, that it's only really Wiz between the two of them that really has that issue with his fans in terms of like, not even necessarily they don't appreciate the sound, but like they're begging for like the old shit, if that makes sense.
I don't think Wizkid fans. I don't think Wizkid FC fans.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think that's a bet.
I don't
be
think
better.
Wizkid FC.
The general populace. Let me put it like that. Not Whiskey FC.
The general populace might want some of that.
Yeah.
But I guess also you also have to understand that the general populace is just like people who have a thing of for holding on to something that has passed.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, there's not nostalgia.
Do you know what
bro.
I'm saying? Like,
Kinda
no,
people.
he's not that guy. He doesn't make that type of music anymore. Do you want to beat him?
But just go back to the
Just
those
go. He's on
albums, like,
streaming.
it's
Go
even
and listen
easier
to it,
now.
bro. It's even
You
easier
can-
now.
you
Like,
can
you don't
just
have to
go
buy
and listen
anything.
to
Pay
those
your
songs,
1.4, I'll be your 900.
But it's so funny because like even Drake like suffers like that P. Like every time a Drake album drops, like niggas are like, oh, they missed the old Drake. Like this shit is ass. Da 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 da. But then like after a while, like when the shit marinates, like everyone's like calm.
But that's the thing, like, especially like I understand why these these artists are saying these things, because Afrobeats is no longer just a Nigerian or an African thing. Right? It's international now.
Yeah.
You have many ears, so you can't make a sound that is just catered to Nigerian fans, Nigerian fans. Like that Burna Boy album that just came out. There's so many different sounds on that album because he has so many different fans now.
Yeah.
He should just told America selling out. He can't sell out those songs with just if he caters to just Nigerian. Like, it's not going to work. So these artists have to like diversify their sounds, and they know what they're doing is. But just passing, but the way they're just talking about Afrobeats, is just what I don't like.
In a way, too, Nigerian fans can be very,
they're very annoying.
Oh, very
ungrateful
annoying.
and annoying as hell.
Very, very
Like
annoying.
both sides have a lot to work on.
Yeah.
Like, because it's
Both
also the same.
sides.
It's also the same thing as like people will pay thousands of naira for your tickets, and you leave them standing outside for hours. Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's because we're not in a place where like.
2023 New Year, so people started their year with Burna Boy calling them idiots.
Bro, can you imagine something that you're supposed to be thanking God for your life?
Yeah.
Bro, it's messed up.
But like with this whole thing, right? Especially with you being in the music space, I kind of hear two sides of the argument. So as a fan, you feel the artist should cater to what you want to hear, like the sound and all of that, right? And obviously, as the artist, you're the creative, so obviously you're the one that has the reins, right? But at the same time, like, where do you, how do I put it, sort of like, would I say risky in the sense of like, you can be as creative as you want, but like, let's say you lag heavily, especially with something as unforgiving as the entertainment industry, that can literally just be the end of your career. So where do you stand on that, like, plane of the argument, I guess?
I think I think the artists and the fans have to meet halfway. I think that because we have social media now, there are different ways for you to test sounds. You can test the sound. People do snippets. People drop SoundCloud loose singles. People drop loose singles just like as streaming and everything to give people like
a feel
and to give people an idea of where they are going and to also like get feedback. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, because at the end of the day, yes, you're creating for yourself, but you're also creating for the people that are going to listen to you. So like, when you're crafting an album or you're making like, you know, you're making bodies of work, you have to consider the fact that like the people that like your sound by default, you have to feed them. You have to keep feeding them so that the people that stay. The people that want to stay. Then as you evolve your sound, you keep the people that want to stay and open the doors to people that want to come in. That's how you now start doing. You change your rollout, you change the way you change the story. With every drop, there's a new story about what you're trying to do. You know, you're diversifying, you're changing the collaborations, you're collaborating with different people from different spaces and everything. And like the artists, the fans as well also have to like. It's two things. If you like the artist, follow the artist. If you don't like the artist, don't listen to their music. It's very simple. But like fans are always very, in social media, everybody is behind their phones. Everybody's talking. So like they can see, they think they can say whatever. But like those are people too. And like it's the same way if the people that like to talk, other people spoke to them on social media too, they will get pissed. Like, are you serious? Like people need to have sense across the board.
That's why I get what, like, even though I don't like what Whiskey said, I get the frustration from him, especially after his last album, that More Love, Less Ego. Like, people were shitting on it. So I think it's coming with that anger from that era as well. Like, from what he was seeing online and like how it was received. So I understand that point, but still, like, I just feel like that when you reach a certain level, you just have to be the bigger person in like certain situations.
Yeah, man. Like
even if fans are, I won't say stupid, but like they just talk, man. Like at the end of the
they
day,
don't know better.
They don't know exactly.
They don't know
what your process or what you go through.
They don't know
get
better.
what you're doing. So that's just what it is,
They
man.
don't know
But
better,
I feel
man.
like I think that maybe it is unfair, but I do think it's unfair in terms of like I don't think being like a celebrity or someone that's like well accomplished in a space should now make you sort of like have to what's the word?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Take the high road.
Yeah,
each
every
and
time.
every
You don't
like
like I said, there are
because
people.
out of the three of them in the big three, Wiz is the most quiet.
Yeah.
like
So he's allowed to spaz out.
yeah,
sometimes, but it's what it is. But it goes back to like the whole Odumodu arguments about like people always like with how talented he is. Him always responding to like fans on Twitter and everything. Should he do that kind of thing? With how big he's getting, like should he still do those things? And like sometimes like I understand, especially like I just feel like he's someone that likes he likes using socials and stuff like that. And he sees all these things. And if you're consuming these things like every day, seeing the hate every day, it's hard to not respond. Especially if you're like his personality type, like it's going to be hard. So I get that point of view. But at the same time, it's like you have more responsibility now than you did before you blew. Like you can't be saying some things now that you were saying before. You guess it's just that balance.
You adjust your clearance to like how you are
like
now,
I just feel like especially now that he's so like he's on a different level now. He's probably the biggest, I'll say, rapper in probably I won't say Africa, maybe Nigeria.
No, it's biggest in Nigeria.
In Nigeria for sure. Even maybe Africa so far at this point.
Bro,
yeah, he is. So it's like this is a different level he's at right now. I just feel like there's some things you shouldn't just be saying anymore in my opinion. So. But
okay. For the two of you, right? Bring back a conversation that we used to have in the 2010s. So out of the big three, what's your ranking?
You get industry. You can't say he can't be ranking in case you catch him outside.
They all make amazing music.
Of course.
Don't cop out too.
I know.
Say your man.
I don't know, man.
It's so difficult now, man.
It's difficult now,
difficult
man.
now.
I guess.
I think it's easier now than it was.
Nah,
Maybe. If
I
we're
don't
having
really-
this conversation, let's say around like 20, like I would say the point where it was really difficult to differentiate all three of them was maybe like 2018-ish. But I feel like it's easier now.
Yeah, I used to have my ranking before was Wiz, Burna, Davido, but now I can't say that again. I can't say how I said it with confidence before. I can't say that again.
I agree. But like in terms of if we're speaking today,
I'm thinking about on form, like
yeah,
like
that's
on
what I'm
form.
talking about. On form, like not we can do all time later, but I was actually just talking about like right now.
So right now,
Yeah, right here, right
I think
now.
I'll be ranking.
I don't know, man.
I think I'll be ranking. I think
do-
Wizkid is last for now. I have to say
I
that, bro.
agree.
I'll get cooked. I get cooked.
No, I don't. Do you know that?
Guy,
Do you know that? He's actually it's valid, man.
okay, let's go past on their last three
albums.
drop. The last album each of them dropped. So that's
Timeless.
What's the name of the last one?
I Told Them,
and
More
More
Love,
Love.
Less. No, Sound S2.
No, we're not
Fuck
counting
that.
female.
More
Fuck
Love,
that.
Less Go.
Yeah, More Love. Who was the best album in that run?
Timeless.
Timeless is
Timeless.
best. Then I
Told
told them.
Them.
Yeah.
More Love. You just on form.
But like I would say if we're talking maybe the last 4 or 5 years, I would say Burna has made the best music.
Yeah, for sure, I'll say that.
Them Davido, them Wiz.
Sorry, what year are we in again?
So from like 2019 till now.
I won't say.
Made in Lagos.
Made in Lagos.
No, made
album.
but like Davido was on a crazy feature
Bro,
run
do you
in that period.
do you
as
guys
well.
know? Do you guys know that A Better Time is one of Davido's best work?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, wait. A Good Time is his best. A Good Time is best.
A Better
I'm
Time
going to agree
is
with you, but A Good Time is his best work, bro.
A good time is better than
Bro, do you know
Are you serious?
Yeah. A good time. Both of them were like great albums. Yeah,
Guy,
but, like,
A Good Time is Davido's best. Like, okay,
Bro, A Better
people
Time.
say Timeless.
Bro,
so-
A Better Time had I Got a Friend. A Better Time had Lala. A Better Time had Shopping Spree. A Better Time had
none of those songs. Guy,
Risky.
Sweet in the Middle.
Sweet in the Middle.
Come on now.
What's that song with the song with Peruzzi?
Dolce and Gabbana is even there as well.
Guy, there's so many songs.
Come on now.
Even the song with what's it called? I think you already said the song with
Summer
Summer
Walker,
Walker.
yeah.
Banger. Like so many
Come
songs.
on
With,
now.
bro, there's
Come
no
on
skip
now.
on that album,
Come
bro.
on now. Come on.
On A Good Time, that's his best body of work in my opinion.
I mean, like A Good Time gives me feelings, sha.
Yeah.
on.
But yeah, I would say like, okay, we've not even said your own.
I don't know, on
now.
form right now, man. On form right now. Do you know the truth is that I actually like if it's on form, I don't listen to them often.
Yeah.
But I'll just use based on like what I've
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
I'll pick Burna,
First.
Okay.
then David,
Yeah.
then Wiz.
So
The reason why I'll
far-
pick Burna
Yeah.
is just because
He's in a different level.
Guys,
no, it's just
Guys, CM is thinking of everyone.
Ah, no, for real, no. It's just cause like I told them just give me a feeling for what I need right now. Timeless has given me some of that, and Whiskey has only given me a little dose. So that is why I will just put it like that on
I hear
form.
that.
But Burna is like, his run is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
even the tours, even if you look at his tours, like, they're a different level right now, man.
Yeah.
No, he's an easy.
He's the biggest right now, for sure.
Like when you're thinking of a true world artist,
Yeah. Burna, yeah.
Burna Boy is a world
Yeah.
artist.
But it's very interesting because, like, obviously he constantly refers back to like how people weren't fucking with this shit, like when he was like, even though he had his fans, but like obviously, I guess. So, what do you guys feel like changed for him? Because I feel like, I guess to me, the point where I would say, okay, this was his, I guess, like, all right, it's up from here was
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, outside was one of
Yeah.
lucky for him.
So, what do you feel like changed at that point for Burna that like it now seemed like, okay, you know how you were making the point of people that want to stay, and then you open the doors for the people that want to come in?
I don't know, like outside, man.
That was his best album ever.
I agree. Outside was feelings and quality.
Guy, like,
Like outside was something else. But the thing about Burna Boy is that like I think from the reason why he's a world artist is because he christened himself an outsider. Like he called himself. He already said that is what he is, and his career just went in that direction because he felt like people at home were not supporting him the way he thought they should. So he decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go outside. You get? So like, and I guess what happened or what must have changed was just like him just saying that, man, my path is just different.
Yeah, I hear that, but I think like more so I'm saying like in terms of the sound, what do you think? Like,
the fact that he understood that his path was different,
fair enough,
meant that he
just wasn't trying to make
he just
no
did
more.
what he wanted to do.
I think is that because he's I think out of the three, he's definitely the most diverse as well. Like he can anything he
He
wants.
sings, he raps,
anything.
He sings, he raps, yeah.
But I also think not to even be simplistic. I think what changed him was just that Ye song, and not because he blew. Because remember when he dropped that album and Ye was popping, Kanye dropped Ye the album.
Yeah.
So when guys were searching for Ye,
They saw
the Burna Boy song.
Boy
So guys were
shit.
not playing it.
Yeah,
So I think that's the point where
that is true.
where he now blew. And African Gents was where he just solidified.
That was
just when he was like,
it was
bro, if you see that album, bro,
Right, that was
just an
I
era,
remember
man.
it was so anticipated
that was,
because
that was
of
2019.
Yeah,
2019 was the time.
He just dropped that. Do you know how many bangers are on that P, bro? Like
2019 was a good time. 2019 was outside.
guy,
was
like
2019 a good time or a better time? No,
Good
better
time.
time was 2020.
Better time was 2020. Good time
a
was
good time was
2019.
2019. Yeah,
Was it 2019?
It was 2019.
Yeah, it was 2019. It was 2019.
2019.
me too.
Or was
It
it
was
2018?
2019. It wasn't 2018.
Oh,
It wasn't 2018.
No, it's 2020.
No,
It was 2020.
no, a
was
better
20
time was 2020. I remember
It
that.
wasn't
One. A better
2018.
time dropped during COVID. I remember
The better
that.
time was 2020. A
Yeah.
good time was 2019.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
time dropped the year before. Yeah, I remember.
Good time was.
So I think that's what really like.
Yeah, like I don't know,
Choose
man.
for him.
Burna Boy. We outside to I guess to become a little less abstract.
Yeah.
We outside like the kind of music that he
Yeah.
likes to make. He just made that.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
You get, and the people that liked him just gravitated towards that and stayed.
Yeah.
You get,
And it's
And
OG
like-
fans as well.
you get,
Yeah.
you get. That's what he like. Burna Boy came from the era of making songs like Wickedest Love with LOS. I don't know if you heard that song before, but like Wickedest Love, like Ice Cream Man, like all those songs, like those are songs that were not even like part of the mainstream. Like he has always been an outsider.
He was never making the normal.
Yeah, he
type
was
of
never
music.
making normal type of like
He was even fucking with South Africans before.
yeah, like
no,
bro, like
yeah.
Burna,
The
like
guy wears tie or
Yeah,
whatever.
like
Nah,
he
man,
really
the
liked
guy-
that.
the guy
Like,
tried.
he was ready for the moment.
the guy
That's what I'm saying.
tried.
He was
and
ready for that shit.
and even when Spoonuno was also another moment
Yeah.
too, you know.
Cause I don't know what it was. Like I'll be so real. Like around that 2013 time, like when guys used to come, like I knew a couple of people that were like Burna guys. When guys used to
I
come
was
to
a
me, I
Burna
was
guy,
like,
man.
the fuck.
I was a
Man.
Burna
But
guy,
like
man.
when Outside dropped, right? Cause Burna Boy wasn't even someone I'd really been thinking about then. I heard Outside and I was like,
I've always been tapped
Yeah, I've always been
something,
tapped in,
something's
I've always been
different.
tapped into Burna Boy since
Fair.
life, man.
Yeah.
Since before life.
I think-
man.
Like the quote unquote cool guys were on that Burna
Bro,
Boy.
see, let me tell you, Burna Boy was for the coolest
I'm
guys.
telling you guys,
Yeah,
bro.
I used to see him as all them guys that like they just like listening to different.
Yeah,
people.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
that's,
like-
that's the key. He was
Like
different,
the
bro.
thing about it is like you, because me when I started listening to Burna Boy, Like to Party dropped in 2012.
Yeah.
You guys, I was 13 years old
Yeah,
and I was in secondary school.
yeah.
And like that was my vibe. You get what I'm saying? And like watching it on TV and everything, like he actually like crafted his P like properly, man. Like
I hear
But out of the new school guys, who would you say the top 5 is? I don't say top 3 because that's limited.
new school guys as per one man.
when do we start counting?
Where do
new
we
school
start
from?
counting new
From
school
I'll say from
From 2018?
2018 years.
No order, Rema.
No order.
Order.
We have to do order, bro.
Okay.
To make it interesting.
Okay. Let me see.
I was actually like,
Let me see.
alright.
I'll still go Rema number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still go Rema number 1.
For you.
For me,
Yeah.
I'll still go Rema number 1. And also, when I say for me, I mean my own personal
Yeah,
preference.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck about whatever.
Yeah.
Rema number 1. He was just new and fresh.
Yeah.
He was like the Mbappe of Afrobeats.
Yes.
That is
Yeah,
exactly it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's exactly.
bro.
Number 2 is Omale.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
Omale brought like a new like shade to Afrobeats, that sad boy energy. There was nobody tapping into that sad boy vibe. Afrobeats was very, very pump, like, you know,
Upbeat,
pop, you know,
happy,
you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
I get what you
world
mean.
world tries to slow it down, but Omale like
Yeah. Put it. Yeah.
knocked it off, man. Thames, Timilade, I love you.
Shout out Thames.
Bro,
Shout out
Thames is
Thames,
my
man.
wife. She doesn't know it yet.
Bro, she
Guy,
doesn't-
guy, Apache used to live in my estate.
bro, Timilade, man. Timilade, I love you,
different,
man.
man.
Like your
No,
music, man. Like forget every other thing. Like your
And do
music
you know what's
is
so funny?
crazy, man.
Remember Native 2019, where that useless Native, that
Yeah.
stage show.
Yeah.
I remember I stayed to the end that she came out and she was high out of her mind.
Guy.
And she performed Try Me. I'm like, who is this babe? Why is she doing like this? Like, came out to perform, you're high, you're not even moving. Guy, I want to start my agenda. But when I relax, I go home and I research her. Like, this is my babe. Now. I know now.
I
So,
swear.
So yeah, like
Yeah.
Thames, she's the girl, man. She's the
Yeah.
girl.
Thames number 3, Ashake.
Oh yeah.
Number 5, Shea Vibes.
Yeah.
Number 5, Shea Vibes.
For sure.
Fair
My
enough.
fucking
So
guy.
Rema, Omale, Thames, Ashake, and Shea Vibes.
Alright, cool.
What about
Between
you?
2018 and
Yeah.
now.
For
But we'll
me,
talk about some people, bro.
Yeah.
for me, I would say Rema 1, Ashake 2.
Yep.
Who would I give 3 to? I would give 3 to, for me personally, Buju.
Mm.
Then 4 would be 4 and 5 is very interesting. I think I would, even though it's early, I would give 4 to Udumudu.
Mm. Mm.
Then 5.
Interesting take.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then 5, I would give it to my last spot. Who would I give it to? Who would I give my last spot to? That's very, very interesting.
It's very, very interesting. though.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Like, because now you're remembering everybody. You're like, who's
Do
the
you get what I'm
one
saying?
you're gonna
Like,
drop in there?
Me, I just use general impact.
Yeah.
I feel like 5. I probably listen to both of them as much. So I would say 5 for me would either be like Ruga or like Omale. That's 5.
Okay,
for
so
me.
you're a real Afrobeat boy. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Chidi, what about you?
Yeah, Omole is not on my list, man.
Omale is
I
not
don't
your
even
list.
cap.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Omale is so crazy to me because the first song I actually, every Omale song I've heard, not because I wanted to. Like,
Against your will.
against my will. What's the name of that song did with Miyokun? That holy, is it Father, what's it called again?
No, that was Victoria Miracle.
That's Victoria, sorry. Omale,
That's
the
another
even-
person,
That's
though.
another person, yeah.
Yeah.
But Victoria is in my list, by the way. But like every Omale song I've always heard because I didn't want to.
Is it like
I've never, the Purple album, for example, no.
Uh-huh.
I sat down, I wasn't going home from work, I played everything. None of them hits for me.
Are you serious?
I swear to you. I'm like, why can't I? Because everybody likes this guy.
No.
And I was trying my best to like, I was like, nah, I'm so
Fair
sorry,
enough.
guys. But the first song I actually properly liked was the Holy Ghost song.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I actually play in my car, like proper. So Mali is not my list, but it's not like I don't think he's not
Yeah.
good or he's actually very talented. I like you said, he changed,
Yeah.
he brought that new sound, the whole sad boy thing. So I'll say for me, number one is Rema is definitely number one now.
First
It's
overall
only
pick.
First overall pick, Rema, bro. Like what he has done since 2018, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think second for me is Ashake, for sure. Third for me is Shea Vibes.
Okay.
Bro, I love Shea.
Do you know?
I hated that nigga.
Do you know what's so crazy? Shea Vibes, I feel for me is like you,
Omali.
I know he's good, but like I've tried so hard to get behind.
I don't think
I've
you should.
tried so hard.
I think we should, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you should try.
You shouldn't try.
Yeah.
I think you should just wait.
That's what I be.
Have your moment.
I don't think you should try. I think you should just wait.
When I heard Bank of America the first time, I lost my mind, bro. That was a song that
Yes,
I was like, yes, finally.
fair
Because
enough.
everybody was like, I'm like, I need to like,
Yeah,
this
like,
bro.
guy.
Bro, I don't know. Finish your list.
Alright, cool.
But Shea Vibes,
Alright,
then I'll say Odumudu,
yeah.
then Victoni. Those are my guys.
Do you know,
Like, those are my top
even
5
though,
guys I
even though
listen
he
to right now.
didn't make like,
I like
my
that list.
I also just want to give a shout out to Oxlade as well.
Yeah.
Like I love Oxlade's music.
Osley, shala you.
Yeah, shout out, but
I like Oxlade's music as
I
well.
was a big
but,
fan
like,
before. I don't know. I felt like closer time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know.
I think sometimes it just feels
like,
like
for me, yeah. Are we doing it based on like music now, or just like your appreciation of their music overall?
I think it's just your
What
personal
your
preference,
personal,
and,
what
like
you
impact.
listen to, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I get what you mean. There's this thing that some artists do and some don't, where it's like, for example, now I think between like 2018 and this and like last year, Burna Boy has dropped an album every year, but I think like 2021, right? And then before Made in Lagos, like Wiz had like that long layoff as well. So in terms of artists, like, because I feel at times it can be too much, because that's what they were saying with Ashake that year as well, that like guy who was dropping music like, and then you can also take a break to the point where like you sort of risk your fans, like I guess forgetting about you. So obviously these people are human beings as well, as you said. So how do you balance that work-life relationship, if that makes sense?
Okay, so basically, what I'm understanding from your question is that, like,
What's your take on that?
what's my take on releasing
Frequently like
and not releasing at all?
taking breaks,
taking breaks.
such long breaks,
I
extended
don't know,
breaks
like
between.
like Drake said, like I don't think there's any use in taking long breaks just for the sake of mystery.
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Just like if you have something to say it. There's another thing that Jay-Z said. Someone asked him that, why was 444 so short? He said that was all they had to say.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like if you have anything to say it.
Mm.
If you don't have anything to say, don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't speak for the
'Cause
sake
I hate
of
long
talking.
albums. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like ideally for me, an album, like solid project, obviously the music has to be good, but like a solid project for me is like between 9 to 13 songs.
So that's about like 40 minutes.
Yeah. Like, I
More
feel
than
like
20,
anything.
20, oh, God.
Yeah, like, guy, it feels like punishment. Like,
Do you think this is a very, very interesting question, because like before albums used to be like maybe like an hour long, or like 70 minutes long, but
Yeah.
now like people are like pushing more
Yeah.
for like 40 minutes,
Yeah.
45 minutes
The
albums.
song is like an average song is like one
do you
minute.
think it's an
1
attention
minute.
span thing?
Yeah, the attention
yes,
span.
it's definitely attention span.
Bro, like, and it's also for streams as well, because if I play a song that's a minute 30 seconds now, I'm going to replay it again.
Yeah.
Because
Going back.
you want to go back,
Yeah.
and as you're playing it, obviously more streams for them. So I think it's the whole statistics math with the music industry as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
on what you said, with the whole not dropping often, I feel like I appreciate artists that drop often, because it just shows your work ethic, and like you're not afraid to fail as well. But when that time that Future went on that crazy mixtape run, like he was dropping like,
He drops like,
oh my
for
God,
like
bro, like
1 year.
even when Thug was on that mixtape run as well, Uzi as when
Bro,
guys were hungry,
bro,
like, and they're
like,
just dropping,
bro.
and they drop, and it might not even be perfect, but they're dropping because you just want to see what works, and what guys gravitate towards. That's why I always appreciate Drake, even though guys are tired of me. I'm not tired,
I'm
man.
not tired, man.
If he drops again this year, I'm listening again.
Again,
Like,
man.
I like guys that just like give fans, keep them like satisfied, because I can't be like, that's why I'm not as big on Kendrick anymore, because the layoff for 4 years, 5 years every time is like, I guess that he doesn't have anything to say, but just for me, it's like I need to be fed. Pause.
To stay,
But
to,
see, like,
to not
yeah.
forget you,
Yeah.
because a lot of music is coming out.
A lot of music. Bro.
I think for me, like, what makes me decide is the music itself. So, like, if it feels rushed, if this feels like it's a rush project or like it's not coherent or like, you know, basically you just put it out because you need to put something out, like label is disturbing you, whatever, like I'm of the opinion, man, you should have just waited. But at the same time, like it's very annoying when after like years or whatever an artist drops and it's now ass.
It's not mid, man.
Like,
Double homicide.
guy.
And the thing is that when you don't drop as often, like the sound leaves you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, it's not the same.
I think a benefit of dropping frequently is to kind of keep you tapped into the evolution of sound. As the sound is evolving, you have something to show for a period.
Yeah.
But that's why Drake has been on for almost 20 years now. Because he has tapped into everything.
Because my cousin was saying, like, my older cousin who was yanning me this, he was like, Drake came out when he just entered high school. He's married with 2 kids now. Like, just
Drake
to show the
Drake is still on top.
Like, and for me as well, I feel like what also helps, and like this is something Drake did as well, which is like, even if you're not going to drop an album, features, like, because
like
it also,
Pack.
it also helps you tap into other people's sounds, so like see what you resonate with.
Like you said, you just stay in tune with the way the soundscape is evolving.
Exactly.
Just one final thing before we go. If you notice on everybody's list about current artists, there was no altogether there. And it's a problem for me because if you had told me in 2018 that Odunsi and Santi were not going to be on my list, I would have slapped you. Like, no cap. And I'm not wondering, where did you go wrong? Like, what happened?
Ote, just try your best. Ote, just try your best. Try your best. Try your best.
You know what? Don't even say anything again. I feel like that's where we just end it.
Try your best.
Nah, man. Well, yeah, man. CM, it's been a pleasure having you, man.
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on the Noir podcast.
You guys, till next time.
Yeah.
Safe.